asked a very interesting question for today's Wednesday WhatsApp, and that is, usually a certain person, we'll call this person Steve. Steve usually drives people to the airport, that's like his job, but for whatever reason, he can't make it on a certain day, and so he offers his friend, he's like, listen, I know I should take you to the airport, I can't do it, but you know my son will take you instead. So the guy's like, fine, listen, I just want to go to the airport, instead of paying for an expensive cab or an expensive Uber, no problem. Takes in the airport, and again, this is this driver's son, takes the neighbor to the airport. When he gets to the airport, he hands this young man $30 and says, this is what I always pay your father to go to the airport. And he says, that's nice. I would never do it for $30. I want minimum $40. What my dad does for you, he does for you. But for me, I would never do this job for 1 penny under 40. I want $40. What do? How does it work? Can the son assume that he should get fair wage? And let's say fair wage is 40 and above. The driver who got the lift is like, I always pay 30. That's a deal I made with this guy's father years ago, even 3 weeks ago. That's what I should be paying. So the halacha is very interesting. It says in Shulchan Aruch, if your father brokers a deal for you and is a shaliach, you have confidence that your father will do a good job, and you rely on your father's pricing because it's your father, and therefore the person would only have to pay the son 30. Why? Because when the son agreed to do the drive, he did that on condition. His father obviously did this a lot, had a deal, there's probably already a price. Whatever that was is good enough for him as well. To say that he charges more money, he has a different price, that's you. But if you wanted that price, you needed to actually arrange it in advance. By you almost being hired by your father, a subcontract, your father, you're therefore acting on saying, I'm agreeing to all the conditions that my father stipulated because of this normal pattern type of behavior, in which case the God would only have to pay 30, just like he would have paid his father, and not the son's, shall we say, higher price, even though it really is perhaps the rate that he would get. It's all done with the intention of the father that he agrees to do the deal, in which case he don't have to pay 30. Have a good day, everyone.